Hi, I'm Ralph Bodiner, and I'm excited to announce New Relic's live archives for logs, offering long-term storage of log data to help you meet your compliance requirements at an economical price. So your first step in storing logs for compliance is probably already done. Just send your logs to New Relic as usual to get deep observability into your software and your infrastructure's behavior. You can collect logs using our agents from cloud providers like AWS and using log forwarders like FluentBit or the OpenTelemetry collector, or using dozens of integrations with other services. Now, once the logs are flowing in, you're going to want to tell us how long you want to retain your logs for compliance. An account administrator can go into the data management interface and edit the data retention settings for the Logging Live Archives namespace. You can see here we're set to 121 days. Why don't I just trim that back a little bit? Let's make it 120. And I can save those changes. You can enter any number of days, up to 7 years. And once your logs are older than the standard retention for your logs, which is 30 days by default or more with Data Plus or extended retention, after they get more than 30 days old, they will automatically be migrated to live archive storage and live there for the remainder of your chosen time. Now that you've set your retention, you can select which logs you want to archive. Not every log needs to be kept for compliance, so being selective at this stage can save you some money. An account administrator can select any log partition to be archived, including the default partition, which is where your logs will go if you don't have any other partitions set up. Since partitions can be defined with an NRQL where clause, you have powerfully flexible options for choosing what to store for compliance. Now this default partition is selected to be live archived, and once you've chosen to live archive a partition, data flowing in from that point on will be marked to move to live archive storage once it has aged out. Okay, let's say we've had data flowing in for a few weeks, and I've been asked to audit our logs and report on unauthorized access to our services. First, I'll try out my query against current data to make sure I've got the right search criteria. So I've got all my messages from logs, but I really want to find anything where I've got a response status of 403. Okay, we've got quite a few results there. That looks good. Now, I want to go back to the time period covered by my audit request. And I've got that in here. So let's see. Yep, those few days in September. That was a little more than a month ago. And I've got no results. Okay, well that's what I expect. That's more than 30 days ago. And I don't have any more operational logs to look at there. But those logs have aged out to live archives. So if I select Use Live Archives, New Relic will ask me whether I want to query that data. Querying live archives does introduce additional query costs, so I want to be sure this is something I want to do. So I'll say yes. And when I run the query, let's see if it finds any of those older responses. Yep, sure enough, we've got data from back in September. Perfect. So now if I wanted to use a little bit more of the power of an NRQL to refine this, I know I've got a list of some IP addresses that I think are pretty suspect. I especially want to report on those that come from those IP addresses. And if I use a lookup table to look up in that list of IP addresses that are suspect, I do find that someone from maybe a bad place was trying to access my service. That's definitely an interesting result, and I'll share both of those results with my auditor. So that's Live Archives. It's easy to report data to New Relic, easy to query using all the same tools you're familiar with, and it's available for preview today for a select group of customers. It'll be available to all of our customers, including those with FedRAMP and HIPAA compliance needs, in early 2024. Thanks for your time.